Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer, so you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
Man, I absolutely love me some Rad Epiphany. Girl, if you ever looking for somebody, I drop Bobby for your ass in a heartbeat, y'all. She can poet, she can sing, and her can cook. I was in love. Oh.
Absolutely. Yeah. Smiles and laughter always ensue with you. Jokes aplenty makes it hard to distinguish what's jest or just serious. I am not blessed with clairvoyance. And while the message seems transparent in your eyes, and I can surmise desire in what's disguised in your most innocent of kisses, an aim that misses fullness of lips drips in the corners and on cheeks and eyes, and I fight the fight or flight reflex ignited in my chest. I want you to want me, and I need you to say it clearly. Just those three words, making clear the who want, expressing fully the need, you pointedly pointing at me. The subject verb agreement is key. I'm in the mood for reciprocity, forgive and giving back to me. And the quiet of fingers pressing into softness, lips hovering over the quiver of pulse point tongue, tasting the evidence of inhibition's dissipation. I am simply waiting for your permission to love you, give you the me you deserve, serve you the finest of this house wine, reserved and aged over time for you. You just gotta let me know you're hungry, that you are ready for this multi-course meal, and for real, pace yourself. I am a wealth of wonderful and most get full off the appetizers of conversation, never make it to the first course, can't even fathom the meal or dessert. They desert the table well before I am able to complete the service. And I know that I don't deserve this. To waste what I have lovingly prepared, work to bring my everything to the table only to find you aren't there anymore. Lost your appetite after getting almost but not quite full of what you asked me for. My more has always been too much, and too much of a good thing is still too much. Such a conundrum. So if you came just to come, say something. So I know just to offer a light meal, something to hold you over until. The more I am real with myself, the less I am able to rest in the imagination of love making. The reality of advantage taking has taken hostage to that ability, which is why clarity is needed. My doubts and fears are greedy, will feed on any ambiguity. So I need you to say it clearly. Just those three words. I, making clear the who want, expressing fully the need, you pointedly pointing at me. The subject verb agreement is key. I'm in the mood for reciprocity, forgive and giving back to me. So tell me if you want me for real. Epiphanies.
I've been writing these poems since the inner child lost her voice. throwing sign language for help like gang signs, praying someone would see me in a corner, torn down, broken, unable to stand up for myself. I kept taking your evaluation of my worth as gospel. I couldn't rise until you told me how high, and even then, that wasn't good enough. Constantly seeking reassurance because I was never sure of myself anyway, but life was less chaotic when I let you tell me what's best. So I followed your word until they led me down the barrel of my own gun. Having full blown conversations, contemplating my worth, then, in that moment, I put the gun down and picked up my pen, composed a piece of life without me in it. Shaken from the power of the pen, I then realized I've been writing these poems to see me worthy enough to breathe. Peace.
Protected I will at all costs, no matter what. I will keep it close to my heart, my peace. It won't be disturbed. It won't be corrupted. If you get on my nerves, you simply won't be heard. No negativity will be around me. Keep the energy over there. You want to scream, shout, and holler? Then get the fuck from around me. I have no time or room in life for all your drama. My peace is priceless. My time is precious. Once it's gone, I can't get it back. So now I'm gone with that mess. You're not going to stress me out. My peace is too important. I don't want to hear your impotent thoughts and views. Your ignorance will be ignored. You'll get no glory from me. You're just so confused. All your gossip about others, I heard enough of it. Get away from me. I'm trying to have peace. If you talk about them, you'll talk about me. Your lies and rumors are not for my ears. You got one mouth and two ears, which means you should listen more than you talk. I'm not interested in listening to your toxic topics. No more walking all over me with your negativity. You just stupid and silly. In reality, it's you who's the problem. If I got to get rid of you to protect my peace, then so be it. Deuces. Who are you to play me for a fool? Nah, not no more. Not happening. I just want peace. You're not going to kill my joy. My peace is not a toy to be played with. Keep messing with it, you will cease to exist. Get blocked and deleted. Because protected I will. My peace. My peace.
He say, you the cream of the crop, the type of nigga girls dream about. So she asked him for his heart and he shoved his knowledge in her mouth. Said she had to earn it. She thought he was trying to pacify her with Freudian psychology to avoid the Jungian philosophy of the accountability she said he lacked when it comes to actual relationships. He said he silences the fallacies phallically for those that stick their nose in his business, for those that are creating problems in his world that don't exist, and she was one of them. He said, here's a tip. I put who I want on my totem pole, and it ain't predicated on a pretty face. It's the load I have to carry, because I strap them on my back and tote them to that throne. She told him, I can hold my own. My grip be vice, my head on tight, my head game tight, my body be right, and not one nigga will disagree. His rebuttal, yeah, but them niggas ain't me. What about your integrity, your sensibility, your respectability of who you represent when you out in these streets? You thought I was just another nigga with no brain being these hoes' life support? A nigga that snaps up every chick that waves her little ass at me like I'm scared to curve, a woman using her curves to get this curve? Nah, baby, that ain't me. You women have adopted a false sense of entitlement based on technologically permeated ideology, misinfluenced idolatry, idiotically expecting us men to atrophy when you barely even a ribbon, fuck being a trophy. You boast about a table that doesn't even exist, but I gotta buy the bag and put the shit in it. Your perspective is piss tested, a synthetic urine. Do yourself a favor and change the circle that you're in. It's embarrassing. The most you think of yourself resembles charity. Stop watching everything online so you can get some clarity. And I peep that you're ready to clap back, but keep that. But put this advice in your backpack for when you get ready to leave. Being a bad chick will always get you a nigga, but it'll never, ever get you a king.
I think when Mother Earth gave birth to us, she had a miscarriage. You know, bloodshed and redlining are signs of a heavy cycle. 3 options: shoot, sing, or sink. Either way, he's a Michael. Came out half dead, adopted by indoctrination, a bastard, and hopes that he marries it if lucky. The cornet unit will carry and play surrogate, wet behind the ears, but due to embalming fluid. Teach them terrorists, not toss them where they bomb the movement, leave umbilical cord attached in case they want to mock his nuisance. More obstacles that are everything but obsolete. No optimism through oculars, give him ops. And once he sees opposition, make him an opportunist. You know the key to training a good slave? No, you know the key to training a good slave is to lock and lose it, rock his ass to sleep with lying lullabies, make his best friend snitch, no alibis. You are receiving a collect call from nigga. How does it feel from shitty diapers to playing handball with lifers? I told your ass she didn't like us. Did it ever dawn on you that you an ugly duckling suffering an oil spill? No, it didn't. And watch her laugh and she keeps spinning on her axis. No, she's a strange fruit that is breastfeeding you. The extraction game, taboos and face tattoos. You are now a fraction of a faction, and Granny has lost faith in niggas who are scared of their own face. It's okay. Her womb was a civil war ground. Her placenta didn't pay attention to the quality of life you will be living. No, it's not okay. She should have miscarried if she was going to mismanage your melanin. I'd rather die before breathing than to be tortured while teething. I'm just a child. Mama, why did you hide me if I was going to feel sad even when happy? Why didn't you miscarry if it was going to be this goddamn scary? Mama, I love you, even though you should have let me go. Mother Earth.
I began to write a poem, but it just wouldn't hit. I began to write this poem to engage the world that was full of lift, but still had the gravity of the past that bounced it a bit. It was nice. Metaphors like ice just melted into a flow. Slow, soul-mending, water-bending, breathtaking, all-fire illuminating bars that just would remain lit. No matter how hard I tried, this poem just wouldn't hit. So I did what others do. Leaned on the characters, all confused, went to the ones with all the views, you know, they were preaching. And at this time, my poem started reaching like others do. But it still wasn't it. Now my poem, a star in a circle, it just doesn't fit. I've learned since not to let the devil in, not to trust the devil's grin, learn fair weather friends will protect their reign, but I alone shine no matter what season we settle in. But this poem, it would have to stand alone, shine alone, mine alone. No penmanship could ever crash the waves it weathered in. It was a blessing, patience, a lesson if you listen in. They test to see who's giving in. I serve greatness. I'd rather remain faceless and let the devil use my flesh and skin. So this poem, strong in itself, it still couldn't hit. The snaps were missing, the claps too quick. This strange fruit may take someone else to sing it before you gather it all. The clock has 2 arms, but not enough time to carry it all, so we all just parry it all. But all revolutionary poems were made nonviolent. There's a quiet, a click. They were just made different. It's a silence when it hit.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch.
Hey, y'all. I know y'all probably wondering, where is Poppy? Where is Poppy? Well, Poppy had to take a little minute and pull back a little bit because the weather is kicking everybody's butt, including hers. So you have me, Mystic, aka Pound Cake, coming to you to be this guest host of the night. So what I need you to do for me is go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tag a friend, tell a friend, bring a friend, and tell everybody to bring themselves on. Why? Because the corner is lit. And why wouldn't you want to be here? We have dope artists. We got dope vendors. We got dope energy. Might as well. But we also have shims. The shim, the main, what? If you don't know,
Oh yeah, y'all know we up like the sun. Season 3. What you thought? You thought we wasn't coming with great poets and books? No. Hold up. They got it all. Let's go.
You know what hurt? A woman that added relapsing after prolapse and an afterbirth. Watching a chick hit that pipe like Flappy Bird was a hard living. The state had to divvy up her belongings amongst the small children. The paperwork was questionable. Was even sure she was behind the wheel. The car was tinted. And don't judge her off her action without knowing like all the limits. Cause the same person that was good can be bad. Shit, if Marvel did it, rules broken.
See, we got it all. We got poets, authors, artists. What else could you need? So let's not waste any time. Let's make sure that we give everybody their just due because we want to get to know them just like you. So our very first poet, spoken mic, spoken word artist that we bringing up here to showcase you, giving you a little bit of them. I'm going to read you what it said because, he gave me a lot to tell you about. His name is LaRon Henderson. He's a poet, spoken word artist. He also got into poetry through journaling. Got to get your mind right, get your day going. He focuses on men's health and emotions as growing up. Even now, men don't get to express themselves as freely, as openly as they would like. So he introduced his pen to that direction. As you've seen in where our book started, he has a couple. He has this 12 Poems of Christmas. He also has an album called Hidden Emotions, Black Men Tears. So he also does self-motivation and a couple of other things. I don't want to tell you too much because I want him to tell you about himself. So let's welcome LaRon to the stage.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's good with you, sir?
Oh, nothing. Just glad to be on the corner. I've been trying to get on for much, so got busy, but finally here, so I'm glad to be here. Glad to be invited on.
I understand. Life be life, but now you here, you're able to tell the world about you, get them connected to you, tapping into you. So what you want to tell the people about yourself?
Well, you kind of touched on it a little bit without going into too much details. Say my name's LaRon or Soul Poetry Healing, either one. So I write poetry. I got started doing this because saw a lot of things growing up. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, so come from the ghetto like most people. Friends, family, jail time, drugs, all that type of stuff. And I started noticing a shift to hip hop with all the negativity they promote. So I said, if they can put all this negativity and make millions of dollars, I can write something better, or at least something halfway decent. So one day I just started writing. I got started in Toastmasters. That's where I first tested myself out. Then they were telling me, oh, you should do this more. This is really good with this Toastmasters. Oh, yeah, well, they're going to say that, whatever. So I started going to clubhouse rooms and where I met Angel at. And I started doing them in there, and they kept inviting me back. I said, okay, so maybe I got something going on. I just went to this video studio last week in Nashville. I met a producer in there. He does this event called the Cookout with Independent Artists. So I went there and recorded some tracks with him and a couple other Ohio artists I took down there with me because I told them about it. So we all went down there, did a few tracks down there. Hopefully the album come out sometime this year. So I can't wait for it to drop. So
we can't wait for it to drop either. So that means we're gonna have a P.P.C. exclusive. You gonna drop it because ain't nothing like a P.P.C. exclusive.
I would drop it if I could, but it's not my album. It's his album, so it's a mixtape pretty much. So as soon as he drops it, I will certainly put it in the group and let y'all know. Y'all be the first one to let know.
We definitely appreciate that. So you said that you wanted to start putting positivity out there just to kind of combat the negativity in hip hop and stuff like that. Yeah. So do you remember your very first piece you put out?
I do. I built my computer a couple of years ago. So every time I get a new computer, I take parts out of it, take what I can use. I keep all my hard drives because they don't go bad. Some of the computer go bad. They still work. I put it external, whatever. So I still have my very first hard drive from my very first computer I bought in college. It was a Dell computer, and I probably bought the computer like in 2009 or something like that. So I took that hard drive out, put in my new one, and I found my first poem on there. I'm like, oh my God, I've been writing poetry since 2009, but I'm really only just now doing it publicly for like the last 2 or 3 years or so. And I think the first piece I wrote was this piece called I'm Getting Married Tomorrow. And it pretty much was about divorce and failure and marrying success. So that's pretty much what that piece was about. And I still have it. I keep all my poems. I got on my hard drive. I got hard drives, 4 or 5 of them, cloud. So I back up. I make sure all my poems is backed up, so I never want to lose them.
You're supposed to. Those are like your babies. So
Yeah.
speaking of babies, you got books out. How can they find you? How can they connect with you? How can they get what you got out there?
So
Get in touch the babies.
the book 12 Poems of Christmas, I did well actually there's two versions. The first one it was just all written. Then I did a revision of it last year because I found a graphic artist. So I redid it again. I just put it out this past Christmas. It's on Amazon. It's called 12 Poems of Christmas. The album, Hidden Emotions, Black Man Tears, it's on all streaming services, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music at. And the album is the same album, the Christmas albums, 12 Poems of Christmas. So I have an album and a book for that. So,
Okay. So in the words of Poppy, are they corner prices?
They will. If you whatever streaming service you have, the albums are free, depending on your streaming service. So they're all on streaming. The book is like the actual book is not. It's pretty much just $10 on Amazon.
So absolutely corner prices. We
Yeah.
like to hear that. We definitely like to hear that. So y'all make sure y'all tap in and cop his books and the audio because it's always better to hear it. So I'm not gonna keep you up much longer. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the people. Go ahead and tell them what's that first piece you're gonna do tonight.
All right. So on my trip to Nashville last weekend, I went to the National Museum of African American Artists. It was so inspiring. It went all the way back to slavery days, the church days when people were slinging hymns and get out of slavery, the people who fought for civil rights, the hip hop, all the Sam Cooke artists, Tina Turner. They had this thing where you could listen to all the artists and had like a little tree and it'd tell you who their influences was. Like I could have spent the whole day there. The one day wasn't enough. So they had murals, they had wall paintings, they had everything from LL Cool J, Run DMC, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, memorabilia, all kind of stuff. So I wrote this piece pretty much about my experience there because I think we forget, well, the current generation, they forget the past too much. I know I love to see like all the artists are coming back. Like Redman just dropped the album, Cool J just dropped the album. Rakim, I think he's coming out with an album. So all the old artists, they're still putting out music, so they haven't been forgotten. They might have been forgotten by the younger generation, and they all fire. I've listened to Redman's album, his album's bananas. Cool J's album's fire, and these are 50-year-old artists. They still out rapping the younger artists. So that's what this piece is about. It's about all the people who came before us and not
Well,
history.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down so you can have the stage all to yourself, and it's all yours. The mic is yours. Let's get it.
All right. So this first piece I'm gonna do is called "They Want Us to Forget." They want us to forget our past, to let go of our history. They don't want us to lose our identity. They don't want us to remember how they dismembered us through slavery. They want us to fall for the lies of his story. They want us to craft us to what they want us to be. They only see us as tools to use for their own purpose. They want to create us into tools for their entertainment. They want us to forget how they used to hang us. They want to paint the narrative, place us into false characters, such as thugs, drug dealers, criminals. They want us to turn against each other, destroy our neighborhoods and families. Our past will no longer be hidden. We've been forbidden to learn about our true nature. Lessons created in schools to go against our own historical heritage. Our music has been tainted with nonsense. Those who came before us used music to escape from slavery, move us forward in the fight for civil rights. We need to go back and listen to the spoken words of the Black men and women who came before. They poured out their heart and soul. They paved the road for us to follow. Who am I to deny their accomplishments? They're the reason I'm here, the reason why I put pen to paper. I will not let our ancestors be disgraced. I will not let our heritage be erased. They made too many great sacrifices in their fight to stop our rights from being taken. I will not let them use their hate to separate me from our heritage. I won't let them break the ties, nor listen to any more of their lies. They want us to forget, but I won't. They want us to forget, but I don't. As long as I'm alive, I'm going to continue to fight. Throw my fist in the air, stare at the oppressors, scream loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. No matter how much they try to pound us to the ground, my ancestor gave us the blueprint to fight back. No matter how much they attack us, I'll never forget. Peace.
Man, I hope your ass ain't broke, cause that was a stack. Okay, well, maybe it was 100. Okay, well, you kept it a buck, man.
That piece was dope, and it gave you insight to back in the day, and that's what we need to remember. Just because our past is what it is, that don't mean it's not reoccurring. So we need to embrace it. Speaking of embracing, we're gonna embrace this next poet that's coming up. I don't know if you know about it. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but you know what? You about to get to know her today. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Her name is Asymmetry. She's multi-gifted in many areas. Currently, she's utilizing her gifts for writing and performing poetry, which she's been doing since the age of 9. It comes to the age of 9, and she's running her award-winning banana pudding business called Banana Pudding. I probably messed it up. Charge it to the head, not the heart. But we're going to ask her to clarify that in a minute. She's also creator behind Conscious Existence geared clothing brand and the author of In Their Shadows, How It All Began. She's also an award-winning pool player. Oh, wait a minute. She might be pool shark, and I might not holler at her. Having helped lead her team to 5th place out of over 700 teams in 2022. Oh, that's talent. Let's bring her up here and figure out what's good with her.
What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you this evening?
I am well. Reading your bio, I learned so much about you already in just this short little piece. So now I got questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
How long have you been playing pool?
Organized pool, probably 10 years maybe. Something like that.
What about hustle pool?
What's hustle pool? I don't hustle.
Right. She don't hustle. She don't make that bread on the side. Nope, not at all.
No, I don't hustle.
She don't need to tell everybody her business. My bad for trying to call you out. My bad. I'm sorry.
I leave that for the real players. I don't shoot in competition. I don't gamble. I don't got no money to lose like that now.
but you a winner. I see it. I see it already. You a winner.
I am. You're right.
Let's talk about this banana pudding business. Give me the official name, so because I have a feeling that I butchered it real bad.
You chopped it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Banam Nam Pudding.
Okay.
Nam, yeah, just the way that it's spelled. So yeah. You weren't even close.
No, I wasn't even close.
You weren't even close. It's cool though, but it's an award-winning banana pudding that comes in. Right now, I'm up to about 16 flavors of pudding. So it's not just toppings, like my puddings are flavored. So it's one of those things where, you know what, I'm going to change this little banana pudding game up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just got the banana pudding bus finished and it's ready to roll.
Oh, so we getting mobile on top of expanding on flavors. So how can they get in touch with you outside of the mobile? How can they get some of this bomb pudding?
So I do have an Instagram page. It is called Banom Nom, BANOMNOM pudding. You can find me on Instagram. It's on Facebook also, but I'm more active on Instagram. Follow my personal page, Asymmetry, A.PSYMMETRY. So I'm just now about to get the bus done and out on the street. So you just kind of follow me there. Yeah. So yes, we mobile. We roll.
So what she's saying is her pull-up game strong. So you got to find her to find her.
That's it. Tell me where I need to go in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's where I'm located. I'm based in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. So I'll pull up. I'll pull up at your job.
I just left Texas literally like 2 days ago. So
you need to come
back. I need to come back. You are absolutely right. Okay. So we talked about the business.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the pool. Mm-hmm. Now we need to really talk about this poetry. So we doing it all. Okay. What started you? I know you said you started at 9, but what like pushed you to keep going?
Look, let me tell you, I'll be 45 on Friday.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. And my first initiation into poetry was the movie Mandingo, starring Ken Norton Jr. It came out in 1975. I wasn't born until 80. So somewhere between 8 and 10 years old, I got inspired to start writing poetry. And I started writing poetry about slavery before I started writing about anything else, which is crazy. Usually it's like colors, red roses of red. I'm talking about they whooped us and I'm 8 and 9 years old. Hey, but look, I was for some reason, maybe it was a past life or whatever, but that's what inspired me to start writing. And then it was just something, once you start writing, you just never get away from it. You might take breaks or whatever as far as the performance of it. And even with writing, you take breaks and you come back to it. So this is kind of one of those things where you just always come back to it. And I've always come back to poetry. And I'm happy to be back now because I'm writing some of the best poetry I've ever written. And I'm proud of the work that I'm writing. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's the perfect segue. So you might as well give them some poetry. What's your first piece that you're going to give them?
So, in the climate there with the economic and the political and socioeconomic climate that we're in, I'm going to do this poem that I wrote probably a couple of years ago, 2022, 2023 or something like that, from a personal experience that I had with a young Latino girl in the grocery store. And it just kind of sparked this stuff in me. And it just so happens to be so relevant today under this new administration. It just came full circle. So this poem, I call it the race poem.
Okay.
And you will see why.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop out of here and let you get busy.
To my Latino, Asian, Middle Eastern, immigrant, and other non-Black people enjoying the benefits of the American Civil Rights Movement, you're welcome. It sucks to be called out for being able to ball out off the backs of someone else's struggles, yet here we are. It seems as if you all have gotten a case of amnesia. Forgot that white America didn't like your kind either. Did your yaya or abuela have any chats with you about her childhood in Jim Crow America? Or were those stories reserved for Papa and Big Mama? Because I wonder how you could have the gall to act like you're better than the people that made your comfort possible. It's thanks to a preacher's son named Farmer that tilled the path for you to sow the seed you feed your immigrant families with, but you can't speak back to the Black lady that greets you at the cash register of the store you work in. It was the Black audacity of lunch counter sit-ins that created the punchline for a Mexican, an Asian, and a Jew to walk into a bar. It was the bravery of little Black girls facing angry white mobs that laid the foundation for the DACA program. They use us as bait to hook you into believing they're your savior, when it was the fight of my people and the 1964 Civil Rights Act that built the bridge between your cries for help and cries of salvation. And even after your disrespect, we still gonna give you this respect, because that's just what we do. Black Lives Matter isn't just about Black lives, it's about your lives too. We live our lives being demonized by devils that white-robed and whitewashed themselves as Jesus, adorned their crowns with eyelets, recruited you as disciples and sent you out as sheep while swearing in on a Bible and cursing your people with a split tongue. Have you ever considered what would happen if we did go back to Africa? Who do you think they'll pick on next? Black Wall Street was the example of what it's like when Black people have our own. We don't want shit from y'all but to be left the fuck alone. Black Wall Street was the example y'all needed to see of what was possible for your children. White people annihilated that and have portrayed us as criminals ever since. Now tell me who's really the threat. The Black man right in your face or the white one with his fingers crossed behind his back? And if you think just because you're not one of us that you're one of them, then you're lying to yourself. Because the moment you step out of line, they'll create a law to remind you that you're just a different kind of nigga. Power is nothing without the people. People are nothing without each other. The onus is on us to create the reality in which we want to live. And America has proven time and time again that we can't do it by ourselves. Ayúdame, saadni, bonjour, aide-moi, and whatever else translation you need to understand, we need your help. White America is on a mission to purge this planet of anyone that doesn't fit their ethnic agenda, and either you or I could be next. Absolutely.
Boy, it take the darkness to bring out the stars. So thank you for blacking out. Yeah, that was hard.
She was absolutely right. It is so relevant even now. Even though she wrote it back in 2022, it is definitely relevant. So we gotta take into consideration everything that's going on and be mindful of our surroundings and be unified. Try to be as connected as possible. But we gotta take a little break. Why we gotta take a little break? Because we got bills to pay. And why not do it up with our commercial break? Because we got people just for that.
Dun 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 dun! P.P.C. United! Yeah, it's commercial break time. Let's go!
Bougie Chicks Boutique. Her name is Andrea Burns, is a creative visionary entrepreneur and advocate for self-love and empowerment. As the founder of Bougie Chicks Boutique, they turned a personal challenge with severe asthma into an opportunity for transitioning from acrylic nails to press-on nails. Passionate about providing exceptional customer service, they infuse every interaction with positivity and care. And we have our very own Andrea here with us so that she can tell you more about her products, where you can find them, how to get connected, and so that you can get your body right, your whole self, everything right. How you doing today, Mama?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am very, very well. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And
Thank you for having me.
I don't want anybody not to hear what you got to say. So I'm gonna turn it over to you. Let the people know who you are and where they can find your products and what you are producing.
Okay. So my name is Andrea. I'm the owner of Bougie Chicks Boutique. I came up with that name because one, my husband said that I was bougie, and then um, it's supposed to have been a mother and daughter business, but my daughter wants to branch out on her own and do her own thing. So now it's just me by myself with this business. So I started doing my skincare products. Um, so I have two sons that had eczema really bad, and I tried everything, including the doctor's medications. Nothing worked for them, and so something told me to start doing my own skincare products. And so I started doing my research and everything for as how to do body butter and different things like that. So once I did some research and then I started to just play around with some things. And then when I found what works for my son's skin, it actually cleared the eczema. It helped in so many ways. And so that's the reason why I started doing my skincare products. And then so now from the body butter, I do body scrubs. I make body wash, and I'm just now starting to do shampoo and conditioner,
Okay.
deodorant, um, and I
So
make perfumes.
okay. So where can they find your products?
Right now, my website is like partially up, but right now I'm taking orders directly. So I'm on Facebook, and I mainly be on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram as well. So my TikTok is Bougie Chicks. I think Bougie Chicks 83. Instagram is press on nails underscore n 305, and Facebook is just Andrea Burns, and you'll see on the side my logo, Bougie Chicks Boutique.
Well, you heard it here first, right here on PPC. If you got eczema like me, holla, because she's gonna get you right. Get your skin nice, get you supple and soft, and she gives you the full body experience. So y'all make sure y'all tap in TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook because you don't want to miss out.
Yes.
Well, I thank you so much for showing up and popping up and allowing us to get to know you a little bit better. We hope that you stick around, and I'm gonna continue with the show so that they can connect with you more. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
So now we got two more artists coming up. And if you seen that speed round, like I seen that speed round, it's about to be fire. So who's coming up next? Let me give you a little insight. Brent Eder is a chameleon of creativity with credits in rapping, production, poetry, and playwriting. Hailing from Cincinnati, East Prince Hill neighborhood, he's a three-time winner of a Cincinnati Poetry Slam competition. Okay, let's get it. Also featuring in Nike's Fresh Off the Block campaign, he debuted his first stage work in July 2024 alongside his rap group, Loch Ness. This past December, he released his first solo tape, Best in Show, exclusively on his website. And I'm going to let him tell you and plug his website. But if you seen what Shin put up, when we were talking about that, we got books and artists, that very first picture with the dog, that was him. So let's bring him up so he can tell us more about himself. What up, what up, what up?
How we feeling?
I'm good. How you?
I'm all right.
Good. I appreciate you popping up on the corner, and I want everybody to get to know you, get a feel for you, and dig deep because I want them to connect. So tell them about yourself.
Brent Adder, poet, rapper, a crier, warrior, uh, a young man, uh, one third of a rap group called Loch Ness from Cincinnati, Ohio, neighborhood East Pricea. I started writing poetry in college, so this is like early 2022. I was on Instagram and I came across a clip of Obi West. He's like my favorite poet.
He's a lot of people's favorite poets.
Yeah, he tough. I heard a video and I'm like, man, what is this? Like, it's kind of rapish. It's kind of like the creative writing aspect of it is kind of like battle rapish, the way he using the ontology and metaphors. Then I kind of dove deep. I heard him. Then I think like 2 days later, I wrote my first poem ever, and that was the one I performed in the speed round, Mother Earth. And from there, I joined Black Arts Collaborative. I graduated from the University of Cincinnati, and that was like one of the clubs they had. And I started doing did a few open mics, but I went straight into like slam. Like I went straight.
So you like the competition? Most people don't just dive straight into slam.
I don't know what made me. I just saw a flyer and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And it was so crazy because Talam AC was like the feature for the night.
He's a dope person too.
Yeah, he fired too. This is like my first slam. I bombed it. Like I couldn't even. You could have asked me my name up there. I couldn't tell you. Like I bombed it. But I feel like it was a lot of things at that period of time I was giving up on after one performance. Like I stopped playing sports. I just was, that I call it the 20s. It's not a midlife. It's like the early life crisis. You like
the early life crisis.
You know what I mean? So Kimberly Dewar Bowen, she's like a big name in the poetry community, like in the Midwest. She used to host like a quarterly poetry slam. And I kind of made I promised to myself that like I'm not going to stop after like bombing. So that was like early 2022. And man, I probably only had 3 poems at this point in my life. Like I couldn't go to like no extra rounds. It couldn't have been nothing crazy. I had 3 poems at this point. And she had one in November of 2022. I happened to win it. Then it came back again March. I won it. And I think in May I had won it again. And from there, I was just like doing slams like across like the Midwest, or kind of like the tri-state and stuff, and hitting different open mics in the city. We started winning like open mic competitions. Then at the beginning of 2023, I ran into TD Petway and Dan Malik. They 2 rappers. And I'm like, man, we should start rapping together. So we made a rap group called Loch Ness, and we got a show coming up this Saturday. I perform. We got a show tomorrow too. Like we perform at this movie premiere and stuff like that.
So this is the perfect time to link yourself. I seen the website. You want to plug your website. You want to plug the location. You want people to pull up on you, right?
Yeah, my debut tape, Best in Show, is exclusively on my site, BrentHeadedThoughts.com. I'm not sure when it'll ever be on like DSPs, like Apple Music, Spotify. I'm just a firm believer in the hard work I put in. I shouldn't be getting 0.003 cent of a dollar off of one stream. Like that's crazy to me. Like, so I sell it exclusively on my website, BrentHeadedThoughts.com. I'm performing tomorrow in Woodlawn, Ohio, which is like a suburb of Cincinnati. It's called Black Wall Street Market Expo. Dr. Umar Johnson's supposed to be there.
Okay.
So I performed there. Then after that, this independent film called Solitary Confinement. Me and my group performed there at around like 7. Then Saturday, February 22nd, we closed out my friend Cleo Court's residency at this jazz cafe called Bella's. Got like a 30-minute set there. So yeah, we're a little busy this weekend.
A little. That sounds like a lot of busy.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds like you getting busy. You traveling and you doing your thing.
yeah.
So,
Trying and doing.
what's the name of the first piece you coming through with?
Um, hey, I forgot to say, what's up, Mama? What's up, Daddy? If y'all watching, I know it's kind of late and y'all old. Y'all probably sleep though, but shout out my parents. This piece is fairly new.
New shit.
It's about my dad. My dad's like, one of my best friends. He was a very protective, like helicopter type of parent. This, due to a lot that was going on in the neighborhood and stuff like that. But I call this outside, and we're gonna get into it.
All right. Well, I hope that your pops is watching, and I'm gonna get out of here so that you could give it to him.
Starts off like, Prince, I don't want you to go outside. I know you want to play on the hill, but it's not Beverly there. I know you want me to be a little bit more lenient on curfew, but you dropping after 9 will be far more than a pregnancy scared. You're in a scared city, and I'm scared of their scarcity mindset. Can even smile. They impound your canines. Call who? $1 makes sense if the police wasn't too soaked to walk with God, even when spelled backwards. Your key to survival is me snooping, staying on top of your roof. Last thing Pa want to do is Pomeranians. You don't pick up his little dog, but sometimes outside ain't even that bad. I even seen police speak bedtime stories where they read you your Amanda rights. By the end, you either book or lie buried somewhere. Heavy on the hands that wear cuffs in the back of the Crown Vic. How can I trust outside with his non-profits next to churches and we just accept their projects without knowing what grade they got on them? But still, no matter how much I don't like outside, it's a part of your village. But this village seems to only bond over fire, a hypocrite. Take you out and make sure your death day is candlelit. By the time they come together, you'll be rested in pieces. So pay more attention before I have to pay more attention. And he doesn't like checks. The only currency he collects is a death certificate. Now your corpse is a corporation, and long live isn't an LL I want to see ever. Picture this: successful hours of operation, still you close down. And what do I do for closure? Fun fact: those of African descent tends to have hair that curls back into the skin, but Brent still wants to be in grown folk business. So just stay inside. And that's what I did. I played pen. In the process, became a chicken, but that's just a product of being caged in from seasons. And across that road, all I can see is clubs and holes, but I'm too scared to be in the golf as a main course, so I stayed inside. And I played pen. Poor man's.
Man, that shit just blew through here like a lonely $20 bill on the way to a stripper to the pole. In other words, it mattered. Let's go.
Big ups to CapCut. You seen it. It came across the screen. It let you know that shouldn't be rocking with CapCut. That poem was fire. And your pop should appreciate it because sometimes we all got a little helicopter parent here and there. But we're going to keep rolling. We got one more artist. This next artist is named Just Ace. He's an award-winning songwriter and spoken word artist hailing from Philadelphia. As the founder of Have You Heard Poetry program, he has dedicated himself to bringing the art of spoken word into the classroom. That's what's up. Very noble. Inspiring the next generation through artistic expression with performances on prestigious platforms like the Charm City Slam and the 3rd annual Poetry Slam at SO Sobs in New York. Just Ace has made a significant mark in the poetry scene. He is also forthcoming author with his debut book, High, High, How I Got Here. That's what's up. It's set to release this Black History Month. I think we in Black History Month. Additionally, he serves as a co-host for the Poetry Unleashed open mic set to foster the vibrant spoken word community with a passion for story writing and storytelling and a commitment to mentorship. So Just Ace is a dynamic force in the world of spoken word. And you get to see him and get a feel of him exclusively. So let's bring him up and get to know this man. Y'all.
How you
Hi.
doing? Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. I am great.
You look good. You look great. How you doing? You want to tell the world about yourself today?
Yeah, well, I'm just Ace. I'm from Philly. I'm pretty good at poetry. I'm not that great like everybody else on this platform. They've
Whatever.
been killing it. I just try to be in these poetry streets and say I'm a poet too.
Well, how long have you been, helping the next generation? How long have you been helping you dabble in poetry, get used to poetry,
So
get a feel of poetry?
I've been doing poetry for 3 years now, or 2 years now. My signal messing up. I don't know what.
Technology, it
Hello?
hates when you have,
I
dope
think
things
it's
to say.
changing.
Up, it giving you the matrix. You
Okay,
pausing.
what are you? Yeah, the signal messing up now. Yeah,
Can you hear me okay?
he was just staying still, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
I was
I got you
posing.
now.
Nah, go ahead.
But
So you was
where
telling us,
was I?
you was
I
telling us that
lost
you
it.
got into poetry 2-3 years ago.
So it's
Oh,
been 2 years I've been doing poetry,
okay.
but I've been writing for like 16 years. Like I was doing, I was a songwriter, so more of my songs you might have heard, but it was more hip hop and a lot of R&B. But I was never doing poetry. The first time I got on stage was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I didn't expect to get on stage. I only got on stage because Sincerely L told me to. So I always say that because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been doing poetry.
I mean, everybody comes into your life for a reason, and that might have been yours. Like she entered just for that push that you needed to hit that stage, because you don't know who you
Yeah,
touch.
you know what the thing is? I'm pretty good at, like, once I got on stage, it felt like where I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know how a lot of times you feel like I don't know, and people say, "Oh, I'm so scared getting on." Nah, it's like when it's time to get on stage, that's when I'm like, "Yeah, let's get it." But it'd be the time before when you're sitting there like, because like a lot of times I just be awkward because I speak fast. I speak fast, so a lot of people can't keep up. So
You
a
from
lot of
Philly.
times in regular conversation, if you can't keep up, I just keep myself quiet because nobody wants to be the only person. You understand what I'm saying? So once I get on stage, I know I hold everybody's attention.
Mm-hmm.
I like attention now. Like, I used to be the person that always stay in the background. Like, oh no, what about him? No, he ain't doing that. He quiet. He in the background. But not no more.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So now this is the full open stage for you to showcase and tell the world about yourself. So in your bio, it says something coming out Black History Month. This Black History Month. So where can they pull up your info?
So we are pushing hard to get this thing published before we have a open mic. Our first open mic for this year is actually going to be on February 27th.
Okay.
So we have a new venue. We were doing it in Camden, and Camden was cool, but I'm from Philly, and like even though L's from Jersey, like I'm from Philly, so I feel more comfortable in having people have never seen poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing them to a situation where they can actually feel comfortable and vibe without it being that everybody holding a pinky up, like we not bougie there. You know what I mean? It's real, like more family based. So you can, if I'm there, you folk, so you feel more comfortable. It's like even like people who have never done poetry before, they can feel more. Go ahead.
So are you going to do it? Is it a monthly thing, a weekly thing? The show?
It's going to be every third Thursday. Every third Thursday of the month. Every fourth Thursday of the month. I'm sorry. So it's our first feature is actually Kenneth Something from the host of Charm City Slam. So he's going to be our first feature. In March we have Luna Goddess. She's an amazing singer. Like, but see, that's the thing is like me when I got to poetry, I felt like I was a new person.
Mm-hmm.
And I was more learning from all of the people that were around me. So, like, Kenneth was one of the mentors that I actually had that was like, oh, all right, well, you know, I met him like almost immediately. So, like, you know, like a lot of times people don't have that same access to see other people that had grown in poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to have something where they can actually feel that without feeling like, oh, you know, everybody's going to be uptight because, you know, the camera's on.
Well, how can they connect with you so that they can, you know, get caught up in the events?
So I'm actually horrible at like technology, like, you know, like not really, but when it comes to social media,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hardly on it, but I try to promote especially on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So like my Instagram is IM_just_ace. Mostly so like more of our promotions are done on my page or on L's page. That's poetic aptitude on Instagram. So like a lot of work that we do is always together. So that's my partner. So a lot of things we do is always together. So if you can't catch it on my page, you can catch it on hers.
Okay. Well, now, what's the name of the first piece so that we can let the world get a piece of you?
So like I said, I'm trying to do a lot of things. So I have I have a poem for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's when the tongue is only the beginning.
Ooh. Wait. My mind is nasty, so it went there first. So I'm gonna hop out so that just in case you get there, you don't see my face. Tag you it.
When the tongue is only the beginning, she heard that I merge words, curve the verbs till every syllable bears its own intention. A serious count of experience found that wall mounts meant for better suspension. She said she never had anything this rough on her skin, and I watched as she disrobed robes of satin that covered her bends just right. I never liked anything light but a work day. I come hard hat in hand to this workplace hammer, my name and your foundation between earthquakes and still. I've never seen a light like the light she showed for my wordplay, so I wanted to give her more. So I laid her on a sheet and began to recite her head to toe, slow, full body. Every sentence being its own sin, no commas, pause for what? Every sentence run on as stroked as a run on again and again to the pen is only extension of the tongue scribbling between margins that have never been properly outlined in the first place. It may go deep. He's submersive. We can surface, bring it back, but in cursive, to show you my gratitude as a poet. 2 lips and a body of work moving to make a work of art, all for your applause. Let me show you spoken word.
Well, no, it ain't no fireman, but that shit was fire, man.
I don't know if y'all caught them entendres, but they was in the piece. I heard it. I heard it. But we're gonna keep this rolling. We're gonna keep it going because the corner is only here for a short period of time. So let's bring up LaRon.
Hey.
Hey. You good over there? You chilling?
Yeah. I'm good. Just listening to all these dope artists out there.
I mean, you wanted them. You up on this stage, ain't you?
Yep. Most deaf.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you tell the people what's your next piece, and I'm gonna hop out just so you can give it to them because there ain't no point of wasting time because we need to hear what you got.
Alrighty. So this next piece is I'm Black, so I'm still in my Black history mode. So that's what this is about. I'm gonna get right into it.
Ain't nothing wrong with being Black. Let's give it to them.
Right. I'm Black. Yes, you can easily see I am. I'm Black, so I'm constantly under attack. From whom you ask? The news, the media, the music, the movie industry, even the government. The guys believe in the stereotypical views they promote. I'm Black, so I'm seen as nothing but doom and gloom. Men Black has been seen as nothing but a joke. I'm Black. My back is always against the wall. I have to stay on defense because I'm Black. Someone is always taking offense against me. I'm black, so as in my life don't matter. Just because the pigment of my skin is just a little different. I'm just a shade big dark, so I'm always marked with a target on my back. I'm black, so it's assumed that my life has no meaning. We constantly slayed in the streets by the police, preyed on and slaughtered like dogs. Matter of fact, because I'm black, a dog's life matters more than a black life. If you don't believe me, just ask Michael Vick and Colin Kaepernick. Being black is not easy because my skin tone is not appeasing the most. It's like I'm committing treason against America because I'm black. In school, we constantly told his story, so to our own heritage has been buried hidden. So we forget we come from a land of glorious kings and queens, like King Mansa Musa and Queen Nefertiti. I'm black, so I'm demonized, portrayed as monstrous in numerous ways, like being over-sexualized and promiscuous, sleeping around with multiple women, leaving nothing but broken homes and abandoned fatherless children, or the drug-dealing criminal from the subliminal message of gangster music and movies, or the comic relief that's always making fun of myself, never taking life seriously. I'm black, so I'm either viewed as a dangerous comic thug or someone to be made fun of. I just don't get it. Because I'm black, I make it feel like I got a chip on my shoulder. I feel like Atlas with the world on my back and trying to keep it off because I'm black. But I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, being looked over because I'm black. Being denied my basic human rights to life, and why? Simply because I'm black. Tired of being in line of fire because I'm black. I just wish to no longer be intact just because I'm black. Peace.
Bow, 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 bow. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah.
That is absolutely right, Shem. We are black and we proud, and he definitely put it out there for us to feel it. I feel that piece. Okay. All right. So we're gonna keep it moving, keep it moving. We're gonna bring up asymmetry.
I'm back.
I just got one quick question for you. How did your name come to be?
Oh, thank you for asking. So I like to think that I'm a little bit different, as far as my writing style goes. And I just was kind of playing with words one day, and asymmetry was like, that seems perfect for me. So as far as spelling goes, it's just a play on words, really. The P and the S is, the beginning of the word pseudonym. So it just kind of fit. And I love that. I love the name. So I said, I'm going to use it. It fits me.
I'm not mad at it. You are uniquely yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
thank you for asking.
You're welcome. So what's the name of the second piece you're going to get to the people?
So we're going to stick with the Black history, Black people theme, since we are in Black History Month. So I'm going to stick with that. This one is called Black Girl Names.
All right. Well, let's see what you got.
Black girl names can't be translated to other languages. The pronunciation akin to kin, but the spelling like Mandarin. It's yours, sis. Own it. Knighted, crowned, robed by ancestors who said you will be called this. Called to twist tongues like bow tie, like curses that bind generations of blackness like a lisp. Called to create diasporic dialects with phonetics and punctuation marks that mark emphasis where your mama put it, where your grandmama, your auntie, or your big mama put it. Our names be meanings that we define. Subliminal messages that be divine like Loretta, and just like the music we created. Our names got rhythm, got soul, got blues, got hues like P. Newton, got envy, got gentrification in a chokehold. Our names be that trail along the Underground Railroad that germinated hope, bathed in North Starlight, and grew to greatness on the root of destiny, hidden beneath determination. Because who got time to quit? We've come too far from where we started from. Our names be reflection, be homage, be stories braided in territorial significance, be the lineage that traveled beyond coastal lines and great divides that tried to drown out our voices. They be unapologetic, unexplanatory, unhinged, unbothered. They say, we are not clay found beneath your feet that you can just play with, step on, over, or mold into an image that wasn't yours to begin with. There is different as the melanin that spills from the rainbow of skin tones that they can't even create a motherfucking makeup foundation for. Black girl names solidify our place in history, even when they try their damnedest to make sure it never existed. They are the mile marker on roads paved in chains, cotton, blood, sweat, and tears, bodies, Negro spirituals, freedom papers, emancipation, water hoses, desegregation, higher education, Black presidents, and Supreme Court justices. So when they ask me my name, I speak with the flooded aggression of caged birds that finally discovered exactly what her wings were made for. I sing with the grace the mockingbird's voice decried upon its slaughter. I perspire purpose that's grown tired of waiting in line for its number to be called. I stand on the shoulders of every single person that linked arm by arm, bent at the knee, and laid down their life so that this poem may be written. And I say loud enough for everyone to hear, with every bit of blackety black that is in me, I am here. Now put some respect on my name and make sure you spell it, not the way you think it should be, but exactly the way that it is.
Oh, that black girl magic. Come back, say, oh, that black girl magic. Yo, I love that shit.
Yeah, you heard them vocals. She came through, letting you know. And Shim had to back it up with all that black girl magic. All right, all right, all right. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. Hey, Brent, you ready to give him what you got?
Yeah, let's get it on, y'all.
So what's that second piece you about to give him?
It's about a good friend of my dad's that passed away. His name Damien Hassel, also known as Uncle D. So yeah, we're gonna get into it.
All right. Well, my condolences, and I'm gonna let you hop off and give this tribute.
Uncle D, I remember when you was stagger to Stagger Lee's. For those who are not from here, that's a local pony keg. He even tried to drink that, and them clicking off that open light is the only thing he considered a bad sight. Yes, I told my wife my last was last night, but baby, my DNA is DUI. Half man, half pint. In due time, you'll understand why I take a shot every night after moon shines. Me being Hennessy habitual is somewhat biblical. He turned the water wide, and my kind can't put the genocide. Had dreams of playing bass in the rubber band, but shit, even Boosie would have wind me up. So before they offer you the coldest brew, listen to Unc, fight the funk, or be a drunk. I mean, give it your Milwaukee's best. Be smart, no drugs at all. I don't think the bud is wiser. Maybe it's time for my soul to reach higher before I open your mind. Or open tab pool full of liquor, naked truth with skinny dipping. Alcohol had me assed out, milking every ounce out of that cash cow, a whole cup. I'm not one to care for nutrients, but if that D stands for do say and vitamin, my type of friend, but you stay away. Made a promise to your mama I get whatever the kid need for him to live a little longer. Now look at me, Uncle D, all grown up, 24. We got a lot in common. Me, videos on the internet, thousands of views. Last time I saw you was two, couldn't breathe. From half man, half pint to half man, half machine. Looking at that screen, watching your heart beat and beat. It leaves an eerie feeling when you can't unhear the beep. And beep blood no longer circulating, losing due to process of elimination. I think you're already gone. Bed is playing host, screaming, wake up, while I raise my glass for the comatose before I let you go. You ask who can make you proud. I responded, I can, sir. Just let me live my life through stages. It all starts with a few occasions, but leads to a rough end. You can fight the temptation. You become a doctor patient when your patient's dead, and now it's medics. CPR 60 seconds. So before that top is spinning, wait a minute. Tequila can open a portal to porn, raise tolerance. Now you need mimosas in the morning. So listen to Uncle D and how you would stagger to Stagger Lee's, because now I stumble to his headstone. Never got the 40 acres and a mule, but it's a coat on the 40 that I'm spilling out for you. I made he put up a good fight. I just really wish he could have gave his substance abuse. Poem is.
Oh man, I see y'all trying to have me in my feels tonight.
That was a deep piece. That was a definitely deep piece. It touched a lot of people. I actually understood it to more extent that I wish I could. But I know he appreciates you spitting it. On people that experience that, they'd appreciate you spitting it too. But we're going to pivot and bring up Just Ace. Hi.
Hey.
You ready for this? You ready for this second piece?
Yes, I am.
What's the name of this piece you about to give the world?
So I call this the last poem.
Oh, it is so befitting because you are the last artist of the night. So I'm going to hop out and let you do your thing.
Okay. I'll treat my last poem like my last poem. Paced. Never a fast poem, slow rising. Has to be fine, because if it's the last poem you say you ever heard of me, earnestly, long-handed shortcomings just to reveal private parts verbally, certainly, scholars will check his verbiage, see that he phrased it and worded it perfectly. Pause for dramatic effect, but still never lost any of his urgency. Virgency charted with barred on virgin seas, summarizing every story ever told to him. Just out of courtesy, curtains he closed with open, like open seas, showing his black pearl open. Focus, he saw that they channeled the genocide, swim down. My last poem, adrift to those supposedly close to me. Close to these heights that were always supposedly close to me, choking me, rosaries covered the chosen. My path was already chose for me. Every breath where it's supposed to be. Blessed over troubled water, the martyr, the Father, God's wrath flows through me, bleeding through ink. I could never canvas my smile, so I painted my dreams through poetry. So my last poem, a missing of distance between us, all of us, is one soul for a second. The vision and mission to garner all souls in reflection, the deflection of self. The acceptance of one soul told of perspective. If I shine through you, then truly the goal is reflective. Be us better. Be us more selective. Be us more objective to being more objecting, not accepting the current settings, the power of I, how we can do better. You know, it's trippy because Hippie said men are dead. It's a blessing to live and it's consistent, existent. It is what it is. If you get it, you get it. I won't sell you a bag of goods. My last poem, a bag of goods, tap in. A revolutionary poem, a room for pandering, backbiting, and acting. These tears are tears. This is not an office poem. This is Gil Scott Heron and Senator McCain both turned in their graves because hate made a way back to office poem. So this is died. And I told my beloved pen, our son shall commit this fire, break these chains and bend these wires for those that lack the will, like gift these tires. If you don't vote, you'll be in a cage. Poem.
I just came on here to tell you you was a bad mother. Hush your mouth. You know kids be watching the show. What, man? You ruined all the fun. I was gonna say mother sucker. Dang.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, man, absolutely amazing job tonight. What a freaking show. Let me bring the mic over. Absolutely amazing job tonight. What a show. Y'all already know. Thank you so much for holding it down. AK, thank you so much for bringing the great poets around. We are P.P.C. So even though I'm sick, y'all know I'm going to wake up with gratitude so it shows in my attitude so I can reach those attitudes. And we is
Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it, I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's go.